Hey everybody, this is NeroTheHero. I am here with Woah Itsagirl, and first of all, I just wanted to thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with me this evening. And also, I just wanted to say congratulations on being the first ever gamer girl to be interviewed on the channel. So that's
Awesome.
it's a pretty big milestone right there. So
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here. It's really flattering, Being a gamer girl, I have to represent,
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So tell me a little bit about yourself, like what's your hometown, where you grew up, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no problem. So I was born and raised in Wisconsin. I kind of grew up in the Milwaukee suburbs area. As a kid, I hated Wisconsin. As a teenager, I hated Wisconsin. But now I actually like it. There's nothing here. And that's kind of nice. Like the seasons and everything the winters are terrible, but fall is beautiful with the colors. And when you think of like your stereotypical Wisconsin with like the cows and the farms and just endless cornfields, it's so small that our city's actually part of a different city. So we're so tiny that our zip code is something else. So very, very small town.
Oh man, nice. Yeah, I'm sure you get all the seasons out there and everything, which is probably spectacular.
Oh, it's so gorgeous in the fall. If you ever have the chance to come to the Midwest, more specifically Wisconsin up north during like mid-October, it is breathtaking, the colors. I mean, it's like reds and oranges and yellows, and it's so beautiful.
Very cool, very cool. So, all right, moving along. So when and why did you start your YouTube channel originally?
Yeah, no problem. I got my start in my YouTube channel on August 12th, so we've been up and running for about 3 months now. I actually graduated back in the spring with my bachelor's degree in graphic design, and I graduated in May, I got married in June, and then August was rolling around, and as I was looking for jobs, I wanted something fun to do, and so my husband was actually like, well, why don't you create a Let's Play channel? And I was like, what? Like, what's a Let's Play? He's like, like what Markiplier and PewDiePie does. And I was like, who are they? Like, I had no idea who these people were. And so he introduced me to Markiplier. He had me watch a Five Nights at Freddy's video, which totally scared me, by the way. But I was like, you know what? This is entertaining. And I love gaming, and I think I can do this. So that's kind of like how my YouTube channel got started.
Awesome. So, tell me about some things that you are passionate about, just kind of not really necessarily career-wise, but just like kind of hobbies and stuff too.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm a big perpetuator of the arts. So, there's graphic design, which is, my degree, which typically would be like an arts degree. Mine's actually a bachelor's of science, but I love art. So, like with like marketing. I also love playing piano. I've been playing piano since I was about 8 years old. And I actually run my own photography blog just on the side for myself. It's just so I can revisit my old works of art with my camera. I own like a Nikon DX7000. So it's my baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I would imagine that YouTube and like your hobbies and your passions, they kind of coincide to some degree. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think because I love the arts, that's why I was so thrilled about doing a Let's Play channel, because, graphic design is kind of like my husband's a programmer. Like his degree is in video game production. So he knows how to code and create video games from scratch. So our degrees kind of coincide together, and video games in and of themselves are art forms. I mean, look at the graphics, even 5 years ago versus nowadays. I mean, I looked at some of these trailers, especially for like Fallout 4 and stuff. I'm like, is that a real person or is that animated? So I think just looking from where, with Pong, like that very first game, the graphics there with where it was like all squares and pixelated to where they are now, it's just an art form in and of itself. So there's a lot of appreciation that goes on towards it.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned you were married, so first of all, congratulations. And,
thank you.
when did you get married?
Oh, I got married back in June, so it's been 5 months. 5 months today, actually.
Oh, nice.
And actually, today I've been with my husband today on this date for 6.5 years.
Oh,
so we've been
awesome.
married for 5 months, but we've known each other for forever.
Awesome. That's really cool. It's really awesome that he's a programmer and everything too.
Oh yeah, he's so smart.
Does he plan on like making his own game or anything like that, or? He
has produced actually a couple different mobile applications. One of which isn't around anymore, but you know that game Flippy Bird? You know, that one that everyone's like crazed about like a year or two ago?
Yeah.
Him and one of his buddies, they actually created like a version to that Flappy Bird. I'm sorry, Flappy Bird, that was the name of it. They created a game that was kind of similar to that called Flippy Bird. So when the bird would like go through the openings or whatever, I mean, I never got into it. Everything would kind of invert, so you had to think like opposites.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, he's made a couple games through college and stuff like that I loved because I got to beta test it a little bit.
Nice.
So I felt kind of cool. It's all good.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. So speaking of games, what are some of your favorite game genres?
Oh, okay. So in my spare time, not on my YouTube games, I love to play Call of Duty. More specifically, I like to get nostalgic lately with Modern Warfare 3 and Gears of War 3. But for my YouTube channel, it's not that I necessarily like this genre, but I think my favorite ones to play for my YouTube channel are actually the horror games, because I'm naturally a very jumpy person. I get scared very easily. So, I mean, even just watching my own reactions in his videos, I find like really hilarious. I'm like, oh my God, Amanda, that wasn't even like scary and you jumped. So I think I like it because my fans like it. My viewers love it. They get a kick out of it. They're like, you sound like a dog when you jump. You make that puppy yelp noise. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Awesome.
So those are probably my favorites.
Awesome. So speaking of your YouTube channel, how did you come up with your YouTube alias and your logo and all that? And because if I may say, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, thank you. Well, first off, the logo is Rosie the Riveter. So, and those of you who aren't as well historically educated, she was kind of like this women empowerment figure that went on during the early wars of the 1900s. So it's the one where she's kind of like this and she's got her muscles and she's like, yeah, girls, come work. So she was just a very empowering figure. So I'm like, well, that's going to be a really cool way to portray myself. And then obviously, I had to do the blonde hair, blue eyes, because, that's what I look like in real life. But my name has actually been around since I was a freshman in high school. Back when me and my now husband, but at the time boyfriend, had first started dating, he used to be really insanely good at, like the MMOs like Halo and Call of Duty and whatnot. And he used to play on his controllers under his manly, gamer tag. I forgot what it was at the time, but it was something like very masculine sounding. So he would sit there and he would be playing his game and I'd be like on his headset talking and I'd be acting like I was playing this game and that like I was a total game kicking badass. And every time that I would speak, people wouldn't realize that it was a girl playing. They would be like, whoa, it's a girl. And I'm like, yeah, it's a girl. What were you expecting? You're awesome. So, after that happened a couple times, because it was like every time when I went in the lobby and I spoke, it was like the same reaction. It was like, whoa, it's a girl. Whoa, it's a girl. And I'm like, when I came around to creating my own gamer tag, I was like, okay, well, what can I do? I want to show people that I'm a girl off the bat, and not for the airheadedness, like, oh, look at me, I'm a girl, but just something, because back then there wasn't a lot of girls that played video games. I mean, nowadays, like 40% of all gamers are girls, according to those surveys and studies and whatnot. So back then we weren't really quite so popular. I mean, I was like, oh my God, I'm old. That was like 8 years ago. So then when I was trying to come up with a gamer tag, I was like, well, I'll just do Woah Itsagirl, because people say that anyways. So, and then once I started creating it, people would see Woah Itsagirl, like, are you really a girl? And I would speak and I'd be like, yes, I'm a girl. They're like, whoa, it's a girl. And I don't know, it's just something cool about watching people react to my gamer tag. That's kind of it's fun. It's just pure fun. So that's how I came up with my YouTube channel name.
That's awesome. That's cool that it's something that you can take from your own life too and sort of turn into that, sort of like brand yourself in a way.
Oh, so, yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it is.
Awesome. So, one thing I've noticed, because I'm an avid YouTube watcher, so one thing I've noticed with some Let's Players is that they'll start off their channels just kind of being like who they are, and then over time they sort of develop sort of like a persona in a way whenever they get in front of the camera and start recording. Do you feel like you do that at all, or is it all pretty genuine?
No, it's 100% real, everything. I play video games because that's something I enjoy, and I figured if I'm going to create a channel, then I want it to be me. I want it to be 100% me. I don't want to have to pretend to be something that I'm not. Mm-hmm. So I think the best way to describe me is I'm a very happy, I'm a very positive, random, bubbly person, but emphasis on the random. So you'll hear me talking, and for me, like when I game, that's when I'm recording everything. I don't go back through and like dub the audio back onto it. I'm actually, everything that I'm thinking, I just say out loud. And a lot of times the stuff I say are like super random. Like I'll be in the middle of saying a sentence and then I'll like stop mid-sentence and be like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. And that's just kind of who I am. I mean, everything from like the puppy yelps too, like that's just how I am. I'm a jumpy person and it's my natural reaction. I mean, you can't really fake something like that. So it's 100% me, whether that's good or bad.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
So would you say that your channel is more geared towards gaming, entertainment, or is it sort of like a mix of both?
That's a really good question. I'd have to say that it's a little bit of both. I think what it is it starts off that my channel, just like most people's Let's Play channels, they're there for the video game, for the gaming content. But I think what people end up staying there for is for the entertainment value, because when you think about it, YouTube is just completely oversaturated with Let's Players. And a lot of them, first off, a lot of them are like little kids. Like, honey, you're in kindergarten. Well, not really, but anybody in elementary school or like middle school, it's like, you're a kindergartner. Like, go drink your juice box, go color with your crayons. You don't need to get Let's Play channel. I mean, good for them that they're being ambitious, but it's just an oversaturation of it. So it's not that they stay for the video game, because they can go and see that video game. First off, they can play it themselves, or they can go to Jimmy's channel on the next page and watch it. So I think they come there initially for the video game, but then they ultimately stay there because they find you entertaining, whether it's like, hey, I like your face when you get scared, or I think that you have a nice voice. Like, for example, like that's one of the things that I enjoy about your videos, Nero, is that you just have that very easy listening, soothing voice. So it's really easy to listen to, which a lot of people, I'm sorry, but their voices, they're just not easy to listen to. So it's hard to retain myself as a viewer. Yeah. So, and I think that they also just find that what you're saying is relevant and entertaining. So it's kind of a little bit of both.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, tell me about a proud moment that you've had involving your YouTube channel, or just kind of like just some sort of event involving your channel that made you say, "Wow, that's really awesome." Yeah. I'm really proud of myself. Oh my goodness!
Right off the bat, 100 subscribers in less than 2 months. Like I could not wrap my mind around it. Like, first off, just hitting 50, I was like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, does it really say 50? Like, but yeah, definitely hitting the 100 subscriber mark. I mean, I have like over 400 followers on Twitter as of right now, and actually right now I'm over 130 subscribers on YouTube, and we just hit our 3-month anniversary yesterday. Awesome. So I thought I wouldn't hit 100 subscribers until a year after being around. I thought it was going to be a much slower process, because that's when I was doing my research before starting my Let's Play channel. I wanted to be as knowledgeable as possible about it. So I went and I researched. I'm like, okay, well, what's the best equipment for the channel? And what's the best times to post your YouTube video? When's the best time to post on Twitter? X, Y, and Z. And it was saying it's an extremely slow process. So when I hit, 100 subscribers in less than 3 months, I could not believe it. So that was probably my proudest moment so far on my YouTube channel, which is why, I introduced, I'm like, well, since my viewers are rewarding me with hitting this marker, I wanted to reward them with something special, which is why I actually started to introduce my Oculus Rift game footage. So I'm really excited, and I hope that people enjoy that, because that's something that, being a small channel, I didn't think I'd be able to get my hands on. Like that's people like Markiplier and PewDiePie. That's like the type of stuff that they do because they're so big, which, for the record, I really can't stand PewDiePie. I'm team Markiplier all the way.
Yeah. So, well, I'm definitely with you on that one. I tried to like PewDiePie, but
it doesn't happen.
He's
and for
not
me,
for everybody.
It doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
It seems like a facade.
Yeah, he's not for everybody, that's for sure. That's for sure. Let's see. Oh, you mentioned that you had researched what the best equipment was. Give me just kind of a quick rundown of like what your recording setup is.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I'll show you guys this. So, don't get stuck. No, yes. Okay, so you guys can kind of see it. This is my Blue Yeti.
Awesome.
I love it. I got a pop filter on it too, and then I have for my webcam, I have the C920. It's a Logitech HD camera, and I absolutely love it. It is such a great camera.
Awesome.
And then for my recording software, I use OBS. So that seems to be doing pretty good. For the most part, when it decides to work, it's awesome. And when it decides not to work, it's kind of not good. But for the most part, it's actually been pretty bug-free, which is really nice.
That's good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's awesome that you use the Blue Yeti, because actually myself, I use it's the one that's a step down. It's the Blue Snowball. And
okay.
Yeah, I just feel like Blue microphones in general it's a very good product for the price point.
They have a nice, crisp, clear audio that they record, and they're just such good quality. I mean, yeah, they're a bit of an investment between both, like, you know, the microphone and the webcam itself, but my hint for people is check Amazon out. If you don't have Amazon Prime, it's definitely worth it. They have these on sale all the time. Like, I got my webcam, I think I got it like 70% off on clearance. I think I spent maybe $40 on it.
Nice.
It was on like a super clearance, and my Blue Yeti was on sale for like $100, and so you can get this stuff semi cheap. I mean, not that like almost $200 is cheap, but you know, I think it was worth it from right off the get-go to invest in good quality products that would not only capture good video, but also capture clear audio. Yeah.
I feel like you can get away with like slightly subpar video, but if your audio is bad, you're going to have people clicking off your video really quick.
Oh, yeah. When you get that humming, that buzz that just won't go away.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely that's a good tip. Check out Amazon, especially in November. November is a good month.
For Cyber Monday, there's going to be tons and tons of sales.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So continuing on, what are some of your career goals, and how do you see YouTube fitting in with that, if at all?
Oh, yeah. So that's actually a really easy question. So, you know, as I said before, I did get my bachelor's degree in graphic design. So what I'm doing with my Let's Play channel it's pretty much exactly what I went for school for. When you first think about it, you're like, oh, graphic designer, like, why are you a YouTuber? That has nothing to do with it. But when you think about it, when you're starting a Let's Play channel, you have to create that brand identity. You have to create your own logo. You have to record and edit video footage. So my degree is actually fitting into my YouTube channel amazingly. And my ultimate goal, honestly, for career-wise, is I hope to get to that point where this is my full-time job. This is what I wake up in the morning to do every single day, because I know for me right now, it's more of a side item that I do, but it's something that I'm so passionate about. Like, I can be having a terrible day, but if all I know is that I can just go log on the computer and I can just start recording me playing a game, and it's like I'm communicating with my friends. It's just something where it just instantly makes me happy. So first off, it's, you know, something that I'm super passionate about, and who wouldn't want to be doing something day in and day out as their life career that they're really passionate about. And also at the same time, what I'm doing is making other people's days better. I've had people reach out to me on Twitter and on YouTube saying like, hey, I was having a crappy day, and then I watched your video and all of a sudden I was in a much better mood. And hearing that as a Let's Player is such a big compliment. It really is. So I really hope that I can get to that point where I can just sustain myself and just continually make YouTube videos and make people happy and improve their days.
That's awesome. That's a really noble cause too. Just, you know, being able to spread positivity and being able to help improve people's moods and stuff like that. So definitely applaud you for that. Let's see. Okay, so if somebody were to just walk up to you on the street and recognize you from your channel, and they wanted to get into YouTube and Let's Playing for themselves, and they wanted some advice, like just some tips or pointers or whatever.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you offer them?
I think first and foremost is if you're going to get started, if you're thinking about getting started, you need to be in it for the right reason. I think a lot of people, the first introduction that they have, like similar to me, the first experience I had with Let's Play videos was with people like PewDiePie and Markiplier. And it's like, wow, they have like millions of subscribers. This is their job. Like they're making tons and tons of money off of this. And if you go into starting your own channel thinking like that's all I want, I just want to make lots and lots and lots of money, like I don't really care about the games, I just want to make money, I feel that you're not going to be successful as a channel. I feel that if you want to get started with a YouTube channel, you have to be in it because it's something that you're passionate about and something that you really want to do. I know for me, like I was saying, like this is the highlight of my day, is going on Twitter, interacting with people that are following me and messaging me and collabing with other YouTube channels, and people just like commenting and liking my videos. I mean, and not obviously, in addition to the actual gameplay that I do, but you have to be in it because it's something that you love to do and you want to share that passion with other people. You can tell as a viewer, even without being, a Let's Player to begin with, just as a viewer, if someone is in this for the wrong reasons, you can instantly tell. You just don't have that connection with them and the camera, versus someone who's like super passionate about what they're doing. You're like, oh yeah, it's like, I want to know more. I want to watch more. Like, oh, what are you going to do next? I really want to know. And you just become more engaged as an audience member. So be in it for the right reasons and you'll be successful no matter what. Even if it's just one subscriber, even if you're the only one doing it, if you're happy about it, it's going to be totally worth it.
Definitely. That's great advice. I agree with you 100%. So just based on your overall persona and the way you carry yourself and everything, whenever I watch your videos, I feel like you would be great as like a gaming like commentator or like an announcer or like even like a tournament host or something like that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Did you would you consider that a possibility? Like, just like working like game tournaments and things like that?
Oh, that would be so great. I think that would be such a great experience, being in there and engaging not just with like those famous, YouTuber Let's Players and whatnot, those people that are like setting records or whatever for how skilled they are, but I think just like getting to know the average gamer at home, like whether that's, the little kid that's learning from his parents the enjoyment of gaming, or someone who's like, older, who's been doing this since Pong has come out, just being able to interact with the average person face to face, kind of get to know them. Why do you like video games? What makes it so special? And I feel that, going to one of those conventions and not only just like attending it, but being able to interact and interview and host things, I think that would be such a wonderful experience and such a great experience to have.
Definitely. Were there any conventions or expos that you wanted to specifically attend, like PAX Prime, E3, or what was the other one? E3, I think it is.
I think E3 would be great. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to conventions. I haven't gone to any yet. Like I said earlier, like I've been playing Xbox. I've been like that type of hardcore gamer since I was a freshman in high school. And I mean, I'm just gonna toot my own horn. Like I'm a beast when it comes to, team deathmatch on Call of Duty. Like I'm pretty good. I'm not just one of those girls that logs on and it's like, ha ha ha, give me attention. I'm gonna giggle and be annoying. I'm in this to game. Like I'm serious. So even as like a 14-year-old, I would have people that I would game with or against, who would be like, hey, we really want you to join our team and go to this tournament with us and just be part of those conventions. And, being, in high school, I'm like, well, stranger danger, like, no thanks, but no thanks. But it's one of those things where I'm hoping as a young adult to actually be able to go into these conventions. And yeah, like E3, and isn't there one that's coming to like Las Vegas soon?
There is, yeah. It's called Level Up Expo. It's going to be early next year. So I would definitely check that out. And, hey, even if it's not as enjoyable as you thought it was, you're in Vegas, so.
And you're networking, you're being around people who they live and breathe gaming. They're there because they love gaming, and that's what, I know me personally, and I'm assuming you as well, we just love gaming to our core. I mean,
absolutely.
We're the Pokemon generation. Come on, like, we were raised on this. It's part of who we are. So
Exactly.
I think that's the best part of conventions. I really do think so.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned that your husband was like a gaming program and stuff.
Yeah.
I imagine he's just as into gaming as you are.
Oh yeah. He's actually more of a gamer than I am. Actually, as we're speaking, he's playing Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation, like the old school from the 90s original Metal Gear Solid.
Good game.
So, it's a great game. I never really got to experience that particular game as a kid, so now I get to relive it as an adult being nostalgic. Mm-hmm. And even now, it's like, wow, the graphics on this game, for even being from the 90s, is totally awesome. You know, and that's what's so great about it, is we're just both, gaming is just both of who we are. You know, if you saw me walking down the street, you wouldn't look at me and instantly think, oh, like, she likes anime, she's a total hardcore gamer, she's a nerd. Like, people just don't think that. And when I tell them that I'm gaming, and not only do I game, but like I'm a hardcore gamer, they're like, wait, what? But yeah, that's one of the reasons I think why we clicked so much, is because we just both love gaming to our very core.
That's awesome. That's great that you guys can share a common interest like that. Let's see. Oh, do you have any, what are some of your future plans for your YouTube channel? Do you have any like kind of projects that are in the works?
Oh yeah, I got a couple of good ones. So we got some, as I was saying before, we have some Oculus Rift gameplay, and if you guys don't know what that is, that's this thing. It's huge, and it looks kind of funny when you wear it on your head, but it is an Oculus Rift. And so basically, for those of you that don't know, it's kind of like a virtual reality type game. So I actually, this Wednesday, I released my very first gameplay with the Oculus Rift. But in the upcoming weeks, I'm hoping to release Affected. And I think there's like 3 or 4 levels to Affected. So that should be pretty interesting for you guys to watch. I know I'm going to be absolutely terrified. I know this first game that I released was called Alone. And it wasn't the full game. It was just a trial. Mm-hmm. And Alone, the game, is more of like a game inception. So once you put on the headset and you start going into the game, once you're in the game, you are actually a person that's sitting on a couch playing a video game, but you have like windows around you and behind you, and there's like roof, and you can hear like bodies being moved across the floor. So it's a unique and really, really cool experience. So I definitely, if you have the capabilities or the chance to ever try an Oculus Rift, I would definitely give it a go, because it's so cool. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to right now. And then also one of the things that I have in the work for the future is, because of the rate of me growing, I have a lot of other Let's Players that are like, hey, I've seen your work. I've seen you as a Let's Player, and I think that we would be really good together. So, hey, can we do a collab? So I am hoping to do a couple different collabs with a couple different really good Let's Players in the near future. Hopefully I'll have my first one like by the end of November, whether that's playing like a scary game or just like an indie game. So I'm hoping to do a lot more collabs in the future as my channel continues to grow, because it's such a great experience, not just for like me, but for the other person as well, because you're interacting and sharing those experiences with them. So you're seeing, you know, how did they approach this game? How do they play it? What's their mentality versus what I would do? So you get to see another way to play video games. Plus, it's a great way to network and just network through the gaming community and really learn and grow each other's channels. So it's just such a great experience, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
Awesome. Yeah, that does sound very exciting. I'm definitely looking forward to that. So,
yeah.
What do you feel that it is that sets you apart from other YouTubers, more specifically other girl gamer Let's Players?
Okay, so like I was saying before, I had no idea what a Let's Play was 4 months ago. Like, if you asked me like, hey, do you want a Let's Play? And I'd be like, what? So once I learned what it was, and once I decided that this is something that I wanted to do, I wanted to kind of get to know what it is that makes a good Let's Player a good Let's Player. Like, why is Markiplier so popular? Why is he so effective versus someone who has been out for 2 years and they only have 10 subscribers? Mm-hmm. And I think what I bring to the table is I have... okay, this is based off of like an Xbox comment. Like, on Xbox all the time, like, you don't get to see who you're interacting with. All you have to go on is your microphone and the audio with the person talking. And a lot of, you know, it's kind of creepy, but it's kind of like a nice compliment in the same time, is people would always tell me that I have a really nice voice, that I have like a sexy voice and whatnot. So I think that's one of the things that I bring is I've been told that I have a really nice and easy listening voice to listen to. But I also think that I bring that like just kind of fun bubbliness and not the airheadedness that a lot of girls can sometimes bring to the table when it comes to video game. Like, oh, I'm a girl, ha 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 ha. It's like no, it's like I'm not out there to just like be a girl and be that person that's like, yes, I'm a girl, but I'm a gamer first. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not a gamer girl. Like I hate that term. It's like I'm a girl that happens to game, or a gamer that happens to be a girl first and foremost. Like I'm a gamer.
Awesome. Yeah. That really comes through in your logo too. It's like, it's almost like it says, yeah, I'm a girl, but don't mess with me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm such a nice person, but oh no, you don't want to cross me. I know I might look like sweet as apple pie, and I am, but I got that side. I can kick some butt, and I have kicked some butt.
Yeah, well, it's usually the nice people you don't want to mess with. So.
Oh yeah, so true.
Awesome. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, who are some of your favorite YouTubers to watch?
Okay, the very, very, very first Let's Player that I saw besides Markiplier was this guy, and he's from the UK. His Let's Play channel's name is Let's Play MJ, and he's from the UK. And first off, he's got that UK accent, but he plays a lot of horror games, and he's just super entertaining to watch. So that's where I kind of got my first start on how to create a good channel. Was I watched his videos, the way he was interacting with his viewers, what he was saying, how he was saying it, and that's how I molded my channel. I really learned from him. So though he doesn't know it, I contribute a lot of my success towards his channel. The other person that I really kind of look up to is another UK. The UK guys, like I don't know, they just must have it going on. But it's another UK guy. His name is Das Savage, D-A-Z. And he's got a freaking mohawk. Like, come on, man. But like your channel is, he's very, very easy to listen to. And what's cool about him is he's very, very knowledgeable about games and the gaming community. And he's such a great person to know. Like I consider him like a friend. Like we've been communicating like ever since we followed each other on Twitter. We've been like nonstop communicating, and we'll do shout outs to each other. And he like made a compilation. It wasn't even like a compilation, but it was a video from one of my Dying Light reactions. And it was like, Dash Savage introduces the most epic reactions. And it was when I was playing Dying Light, and the first time I ever saw Night Terror. And it was like the funniest thing, but it was also so flattering that he actually took the time to create a video of that. Like that stuff takes time. Like people don't realize how much time and work goes into making these videos, even if it's something as short as a minute. So he has been a really good person to know. So those would probably be some people that I really, like the people watching this, they should really check them out, because they're great people, and they're even better, at their games, and they have really good channels. So yeah, they're probably one of my favorites. And they're small time too. Like it's not like these people have, thousands of subscribers. They're kind of small time channels, and they're so genuine. They're like diamonds in the rough. They really are.
A lot of the time it's the smaller channels that are the most interesting to watch too. So. Oh
yeah, definitely.
Let's see, what else? What what's your favorite kind of music or music genres, if there are multiple ones?
Oh yeah, well, I listen to everything, to be perfectly honest. Like, growing up in Wisconsin, first off, in a small town surrounded by corn, obviously country is part of my blood. It's part of my roots. But at the same time, I also listen to many other stations, genres. One of my other favorites is, because, like I am into piano, I love listening to classics, like Nat King Cole or Frank Sinatra, and being able to just listen. It's just something about those time frames, Tony Bennett. It's just something about that music. It's so soulful, and so there's so much passion in it. But then again, I also will go and listen to hip hop. I'll just turn on some hip hop and play it, and I'm a total white girl, but I love it. I just get into it and I'm grooving. And but one of my also favorites is Screamo. Like I love Screamo. Like, well, not that Godsmack Screamo, but like I love Korn. I love Godsmack is one of my favorite bands. One of the smaller, more recent bands that I've come across, their name is I Prevail. So they're a little bit of alternative rocks mixed with Screamo. And they kind of got their famous ness because they did a cover of Taylor Swift's Blank Space song. Mm-hmm. And what's cool is they kind of took this, you know, super pop song and they turned it into like a half singing, half screamo. And it's just kind of like really awesome. And I just totally got into it when I heard it. And so I ended up going out that day and buying their whole CD. And it's one of those CDs where like every single song on the album is awesome. A lot of times with other people, they'll have like one, maybe two really good songs, and the rest of the songs are kind of like, eh. But these guys, they're really good. If you haven't watched them or heard of them yet, if that's your kind of music, that alternative rock with like a little dash of screamo, I definitely recommend going see them. But yeah, I love screamo. Awesome. You listen to it, and it's like it's empowering, and it makes you feel good. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, screamo, like crazy people listen to screamo. You know, they're all druggies and junkheads and whatnot, and it makes you so angry. But it's totally not true. Like, you listen to screamo and you just feel empowered, and you feel like all your anger actually leaves you. And I always feel happy after listening to it. So yeah, I listen to a little bit of everything.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty much like you in that regard, so I'll definitely check that band out for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm actually all out of questions, so I mean, was there anything else that you wanted to say out to the viewers out there?
Yeah, I kind of like to the girl gamers out there. I think it's important, girls, that, you know, you grow a thick skin, you know, especially with like Xbox Live and whatnot. You know, I have been playing Xbox Live for like 8+ years now. And being a girl in Xbox, you have to learn to grow that thick skin. At first, it's kind of hard, but, you know, you just learn to surround yourself with party members and friends online that, you know, really work well with you and that really kind of uplifts you. So, you know, you'll have those people where you get into a lobby, they realize you're a girl, and they're like, hey girl, go make me a sandwich. And then, you know, me, I just let it roll off my shoulders. I'm like, yep, you wish you could have one of my sandwiches, you know? So, you know, there are times where, you know, the comments can be a little bit harsh, but, you know, I just feel like, girls, don't let it discourage you. Like, we're awesome. We're 40% of the gaming community, and we just gotta do what we do. So, absolutely. And also, in like a different type of statement too, like, I also just wanted to take this time to not only thank you for doing this interview for me, because this is such a great experience for me as well, but I also wanted to like take the time to thank my followers on Twitter and thank the people that watch my my YouTube channel. Actually, today my YouTube channel hit the 1,000 view mark.
Nice.
Which was awesome. Yeah, we have over like almost 6,000 minutes watched and over 1,000 views. So, I mean, I couldn't do any of what I do without you guys. You know, it's something where I'm so passionate about this, and I'm so glad that this is something where you enjoy the passion and that you really enjoy what you're seeing. So it makes me feel great. So again, I couldn't do any of this without any of you guys. So again, thank you so much.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, I just wanted to thank you one more time for joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure getting to know you a little bit better. And if you guys have not heard of Woah Itsagirl, I haven't checked her out yet, I will definitely leave a link to her channel in the description, so click on over. I'm sure you'll find something on her channel that you'll enjoy. Check out a little bit of everything. Check out the scary games that she plays. Those are definitely good to watch. So, all right, guys, this is NeroTheHero and Woah Itsagirl. So we will see you guys on the next one. All right.
Bye, guys.